So, good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me just adjust that. We are back again with another Mikhailo Mudryk updates. It seems top gooners and super fans across the land have finally given up and divert their attention towards Felix. Another big fat L for this fan base. But go back and check out the video I did about said Felix in the previous video. Dropped that about 8 o'clock Spanish time last night. Make sure you go and check it out. And I'm super confident that was the player that I wanted anyway. And yeah, man, go and check that video out. Make sure you do smash the thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the second channel. That is pushing to 7.5k. Lee Reacts, it's in the description. Make sure you smash the thumbs up, share the content, subscribe, hit all the links down below, and throw as much money in the donation box as you can, because I am brassic, mate. Dear, oh dear. Throw me money. Do it now. What are you waiting for? No, go on. All jokes aside, if you do want to do that, I will reply to all of you, and the highest one will be pinned. But it is another merry-go-round story. Arsenal have diverted their attention to João Felix. I was always under the belief that unless we got Felix for less than 20 mil, there was no way we were getting him and Mudryk anyway. The fact that it looks like we're going all in for Felix kind of tells me that this is finished. It's done, binned. And I think he will end up at Chelsea. I genuinely believe that. Christian Pulisic is rubbish. Ziyech, albeit plays on the other side, is rubbish. They've got Hudson-Odoi out on loan, rubbish. And Raheem Sterling's injured. They need some kind of creativity. I watched them against Manchester City in the 2 games that they've just played against them. They have been rubbish. Take a shot every time I say the word rubbish. But they need him more than we do. And let's be honest, after the hype train of this fan base putting him up here, oh, he's the next Neymar. Oh, he's so quick. Oh, he's Grealish with pace. He ain't though, is he? Yeah, and the fact that he's been twerking and doing his own PR and getting himself out there, I just think that it's kind of laughable, really, because the boys now snookered him. Well, he hasn't snookered himself. Our fan base snookered themselves because they've literally had the Vaseline out and the tissues out for 8 months, hyping this kid up. Literally since the back end of April. Nearly 8 months they've been hyping this guy up, getting all the clicks, the likes, the retweets, doing threads on the guy, putting video comps together. And come on, seriously, get a life. At the end of the day, they're cool, be excited that we're linked to a player. Stop making out these players are the next this and the next that. How about just let a player sign and see what he does instead of hyping them up when you've never seen him really play? It pees me off, man. It really does wind me up. But it does look like Chelsea are going to land him over us. We've already had 2 bids rejected, as we know. I think the fact that they went and spoke to Chelsea, he's kind of not been twerking ever since they went and had contact with Chelsea as well, by the way. Don't know if anyone's noticed that, but he has stopped twerking for the Arsenal. Although it'd be interesting to see when we play against Oxford, whether he's sitting on Instagram and twerking for us again. Because, listen, the way he's been hyped up, he's 22 years old. He's done absolutely nothing. I don't even think he's played 50 professional football matches. So, no disrespect, if he was that great, why has it taken him that long to even hit 50, if it is 50? I'm going to have a look, actually. Let's have a little look while we're here. I don't even think he has actually played 50 games. Yeah, and he's 22. No disrespect. But if he was that good, he would have been breaking into the Shakhtar team when he was like 17, 18. Yes, I know some players, they're late bloomers and all of that. But I will never believe the hype on this kid until I see it on a regular basis. And there we go. He's played 44 times for Shakhtar. 44 times, 12 goals, 17 assists. So on paper, oh, yes, it looks amazing. 29 goal contributions in 44 games. But in reality, it's not that amazing, is it? He's 22 and he has played 44 professional league games. And we, along with Chelsea, are haggling over 70, 80 million, 90 million. Get in the bin. No way in a million years is this kid worth this money. And this is the funny thing about it. When you see Real Madrid going out and buying Endrick for 62 mil, no haggling. They knew everyone else was in. And they want the player that badly because they rate him that highly, who, by the way, is 16 and being sold for that much. But he had a whole host of clubs chasing after him. This guy had Arsenal, Chelsea, Brentford and Everton. kind of different ballpark here, isn't it, really? And the fact and reality is Real Madrid knew of all the other interests of the other clubs and just went, there's the money. We want him that badly. You keep him till he's 18 and then we'll have him at 18. But there's the money. You have him. We genuinely don't want this geezer as much as our fan base pretend they do. Yeah, the football club actually doesn't want him that much. If we wanted him that badly, why didn't we go and buy him in the summer? We wouldn't have spent 34 million quid on Fabio Vieira when in the summer this guy was going for 40, 45. Why are we wasting all this time? I genuinely don't get it. Yeah, the fact that we're sat here on the 8th of January at 8:15 on a Sunday evening and we have not even signed a player, that for me stinks. Yeah, that actually stinks. How can you not have signed a player when you genuinely look at that squad? You look at it and think, well, that ain't good enough. Yes, it's overachieving at the moment. We're top of the table with that. But the bench is knackered. The bench is shot to pieces. The bench is not good enough. The first 11 is overachieving because they've had to. And when you see Ben White getting substituted after 60 minutes in the last couple of games because he can't keep up now because he's played so many games, even with him having a rest, by the way, at the World Cup because he never played, he looks absolutely knackered. We need reinforcements in there to shift the workload onto other players. Yeah, and the fact that we're sat here on the 8th of January and we haven't even signed a player, I'm sorry, that's a disgrace. That is actually a disgrace. Yeah, what has Edu been doing since when the summer window ended to now? Because it's quite obvious we wanted Mudryk. Yeah, it's quite obvious we did want him. We have wasted the best part of what? The window shut in September, October, November, December. We have wasted 3 months and we have still not signed the player. That tells me two things. Number one, Edu's kind of incompetent. And number two, we don't want the player that much because if we did, we'd put the readies on the table. So what's going on here? Yeah, what's going to happen here? And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen here. We're going to go and sign Felix, who I prefer anyway. And I'm happy with that. That's the player I wanted. F. Mudryk, don't even know who you are, mate. Yeah, if you're any good, Real Madrid would want you. Let's be honest with it. All the top teams, PSG, they'd all be queuing up for your services, mate. So let's not get it twisted here. He ain't that great. Yeah. And I hope he does come to the Premier League because then if he does come to the Premier League and he goes to Chelsea, all the people that have been hyping him up and say, oh, he's a snake, he's this, they'll boo him at the Emirates. But then when he flops, it's going to be hilarious watching all these idiots that have hyped him up for 8 months. Yeah. Now start saying, oh, well, he's a flop. What a waste of money. What, the money that you wanted us to spend? Like, what is wrong with these people? At the end of the day, we're going to sign Felix, and that will probably be it. We've just brought Miguel Aziz back off loan, who played 10 games for Ibiza. Didn't even know they had a football team. I thought it was a party island. Get your glow sticks out and get your whistles. Come on, party, party. And other than that, I don't really see us doing a great deal. We need to do more. We need to go and get a few more players in. There's players out there that are bargains. Yes, João Felix is going to cost a lot of money. Tielemans, as much as I don't put him up here, he's still a good player. He's still a good player, and he can go for 15 mil, around 15, 16 mil. Go and buy him. Wilf Zaha, go and buy him. I keep banging on about him. That is a decent player there, a top player on his day. And his day does happen quite a lot at Palace, but he's not playing with very good players. You put him into our team, I think genuinely that raises the levels of our team. But we're going to go and buy Felix, which means we ain't going to buy a striker. A winger, because Felix is going to be the focal point. We're not going to go and buy Wilfried Zaha, who can play up front and on the wing. Versatility. Do you remember that was the buzzwords being used? Versatile, versatility. And we're not going to go and get him. We're probably not going to get Tielemans, and we're just going to wing it with El Neni. Yeah, if Partey gets injured, we're dusted. So it is what it is. Listen, if we sign João Felix, I'll be happy, but I feel like we need more players. And this Mudryk, it looks like he's going to go to Chelsea, and we ain't buying him. Yeah, and I don't want him anyway. So good luck to him if he does go to Chelsea. If he doesn't and he ends up staying at Shakhtar, maybe go and get him in the summer. I don't know. I don't really care. But the one thing I do know, we have wasted 8 days of this January transfer window so far, and we have not signed anyone. When we're top of the table, which is a pull in itself, we've got money to spend, and the fact that that bench is championship level, and we've not signed anyone yet. That is a disgrace. But anyway, on that bombshell, I am out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, share the content around, subscribe to the second channel, link in the description, Lee Reacts. Let's push that up to 8K. Leave your donations down below. I will reply to all of you. And I'll be back again later today. We're out of here. Adios, amigos. Ciao.